Hi everybody! Today's video is going to be on this look. This is another tutorial. There is one first impressions in this. It is the Milani Cream to Powder Makeup. It is this right here. If you are interested in watching and seeing how I feel about it, how I did this look, please keep watching. And also, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. All right, thank you.
Pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, cause I don't fucking care.
Alright, so first things first, we're going to go in with the, I always tell y'all this, but BRONX Colors, I don't want to hold it upside down and like stuff come out, but it's BRONX Colors Boosting Hydrating Concealer. So I'm going to just go right over that, my eyes with that. Then we're going to take a wet beauty blender. We're just going to buff out the concealer on the eyeballs. I'm probably going to add a little more. I'm going to try this today. I'm going to go in with my REVLON PHOTOREADY stick concealer. It's like a lipstick. It's really cute. But I'm going to see how this one is on the eyes. Oh, I kind of put a little too much. Only thing about this concealer is I feel like it is a little hard to kind of blend out in some ways. I definitely think it has more coverage. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe 35U palette. I'm going to use the reds in here. There is kind of a gold in here, but I'm going to see how it looks first before I go in. I'm going to go in with this kind of like tannish brown. It's a little bit darker than the usual transition shades I go for. So we're just going to go in. Again, I start in the crease, but I go up just a little bit. Same for the other eye. I'm going to go in with this red right here. On screen, it looks a little bit kind of orangey. In real life, it just looks like a kind of like just a matte red. I'm going to go in with this kind of, again, in pan it looks tan, but on here it looks like it has kind of a red, like warm tint to it. I'm going to try that and see if maybe, I know it's not going to be red, but maybe it'll kind of go with what I'm wanting to do and kind of warm up the red that I have on there. This gives it kind of more of a, like a, I guess like a reddish tint to it, but it still is coming out, it's kind of like a rusty pink. You can probably already see that though. And I would say it's probably a lot to do with the fact that it's blended in with a kind of pink color. It just kind of looks rusty pink to me. Again, you guys might see it differently on camera. So because I'm not super happy with this, I'm going to go in with a like medium brown. It's a matte also. And I'm going to just go in on the outer corners and kind of smoke it out just a little bit. And kind of keep that reddish tint to the look. So today I'm going to try and go in with this is the Loreal Infallible eyeshadows. This is what it looks like in the pan. On the eyes, it kind of comes out like a rose gold color, in my opinion. Like, I used my finger. I tried to do this with a brush. It did not like that at all, in my opinion. Maybe you guys can do better than me, but in my opinion, finger works best for this. It's probably how you're supposed to do it, but I'm not that bright, so I just really like this color. But again, I have to use my fingers, which is probably exactly what you're supposed to do. I'm going to go back in with that brown just a little bit and just kind of go over the Infallibles just a little bit. Okay, so now I've got kind of this like rusty, kind of pink looking look. The lashes I have are the Ardell, these are the Glamour. This is not how the package comes, but I always forget the names of these, so I kind of like fold the actual package and put it in the back. But this is what they look like. I usually try to keep my lashes pretty natural looking, but I want to be a little different today, so I'm just going to go in with a tiny bit of eyeliner to mask the line for the lashes. So I'm just taking my little Wet n Wild felt tip brush, or felt tip eyeliner, whatever. And I'm just going to go very, very lightly. Like, I have hooded lids. As you can see, they're extra hooded. This is my natural face. This is probably why people think I'm angry all the time. But when I talk, I usually, not on purpose, but they kind of like open up a little bit. I'm just going to take a little bit and just kind of like glide it right on the lash line. I have this issue, in case you guys wonder why I pull my eye out, because I'm not good at all at drawing my eyeliner or anything like that. But I notice if I pull it out, like the wrinkles kind of go away, and it gives me more of a like perfect finish. In my opinion, I'm a kind of a perfectionist, so if it doesn't look exactly the way I want it to, I'm mad. I have to literally stop looking at it, because if I don't, I'm going to want to keep fixing it. So there we go. I don't know why I just tapped my face like that, just fixed it. Like, good job. I'm going to go in. I didn't even tell you what I was doing. The Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I really do like this mascara. However, there are some drugstores that do the exact same thing, so I'm not telling you to go out and buy this. This was like $30, I think. It's kind of ridiculous for some mascara. But just going to go in. If you have a black mascara, it's going to look fine. I haven't done my bottom lashes yet, but I usually try to do these first. So I've already got it on, and I'm just going, again, with the comb side. If you like this side better, awesome, use that side. I don't. I like this one. I feel like it gives me more leverage, and like it makes my lashes spread more. This is the Pro Eyelashes eyelash glue. This is from the Face Shop. I bought this eyelash glue in Korea. However, the Face Shop is in the United States. I don't know if they actually have stores, but I do know that there is an online store that you can buy from. The one thing about this glue, though, is you can tell when it's drying, because it's like fluorescent looking. And then when it starts looking like clear, I mean, it's still white, but looking less fluorescent, that's how you know it's time. Put them bitches on. But I like this glue a lot. It works really, really nice. I think it was like $3, though. I don't know. But anyway, it's really easy to apply. I need something that's going to get right up on the lash line. I don't like people noticing that they're fake. I'm a dangerous person. I use tweezers because I have a problem. This glue also came with this little tool, and I really like this thing. And I just go and just kind of push it down. A lot easier. So I go in with the tweezers first, which you probably shouldn't do that, especially if you're new. I'm pretty new at lashes, so I probably shouldn't even do it, but I do it anyway because I'm not that bright. And I try to keep it as close to the lash line as I possibly can. I want them to look like my natural lashes, even though we all know that they're not. But I want you to second guess yourself, if that makes sense. I want you to see them and be like, damn, are those her lashes? No, they can't be. Nobody's lashes looks like that. So pretty much after you're done with that, you are just going to go ahead and go back in with the mascara. Either the same one you used, or if you want like a little brighter look or whatever, you can use a colored mascara. Whatever you want to do. Be you. I'm just going to use the same one. And I always tend to kind of scrape a lot of the product off because I like this, but I do think you know what? We're gonna try this. I have other ones, so let me see. I'm gonna go in with my Loreal Voluminous Feline in the shade Noir, which means black. And I want to see, because I think this brush is smaller. Yeah, that's a nicer brush. And I'm going to do this for the bottom lashes. This is in the shade Blackest, but I feel like it's still gray. Okay, so I like this brush, but I still feel like the color is off. Don't get me wrong, there is definitely drugstore mascara that is black. You guys probably have some. You can even see on the tip of the brush, like, it just kind of looks gray. Like, it's just not. I'm also going to take the same brush that I was using, and I'm going to go up from underneath and just kind of brush the clumps out for this too. I also have very long bottom lashes. Alright, so now that the eye look is complete, I have a sample of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I've used this before, and I remember for some reason I didn't care for it. I don't really remember what it was. I do have the Smashbox Photo Finish Correcting Primer, Color Correct Adjust. I do have that one. I don't have a lot of color correcting I need to do though, so it's kind of pointless that I even have that. But I really do like that primer. I think it feels really nice. So I figured since I got a sample of this with my Ulta order, I might as well go ahead and try it out and make sure that I wasn't wrong the first time. So we'll see. I think I just felt like there was really no difference in this and like a different primer. I think. I don't remember. And this is more expensive. But I really do like Smashbox. I kind of wish that they were a little bit cheaper on their products because I cannot afford all the bougie life. So this primer is super velvety on the skin. And for them, a little goes a long way. But that was a sample, so if I would have left it open, it's not like I could have reused it. Alright, so today I'm going to do a first impressions kind of on this cream to powder makeup by Milani. This is in the shade Buff, and this is what it looks like. Actually, in camera it looks a little closer to my skin color. However, in person it looks extra dark. So, but this was the lightest one they had, and I'm just going to use the one they gave me. So we'll see how this works. I've never used any of these before, so I don't think I like that brush or this thing, whatever. This little. I don't think I like this. I'm not super impressed. The color is not off like I thought it would be. Let me try it. Let me try it with my beauty blender. I don't know. I don't think I like this. I feel like it looks cakey. It looks patchy. It's kind of hard to blend out. You have to literally like rub, like instead of, and I like to pat. I'm just gonna keep trying to blend. Maybe it'll look better after I put a little bit of something on it. I don't know. Maybe you're not supposed to put anything on it, but I always try to give everything a benefit of the doubt before I'm like, ah, this is terrible. I can definitely see all my dry spots. Oh no, I don't like it. I can see all of my dry spots. All up on. I have really dry area right here. I get oily right here. Around my nose looks fine. I don't know. No, it looks like it's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think I like it. Maybe I need to stop getting so close. I've already used it today, so I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to try to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to see what it looks like at the end of the day. We're going to try and go in with the Revlon PHOTOREADY, same one I used on my eyes. I'm going to try and brighten my under eyes. And then I always pull my forehead because I'm trying to feel my wrinkles. So I'm going to keep the kind of like rose gold type, you know, I guess look going. I'm going to go in with my Milani Baked Blush right here. This is in the shade Rose Dior. Dioro? I don't know. But I've used this before and I really do like it. I will tell you though, it is pretty pigmented, so if you're pale like me, you kind of got to be a little bit careful. But as you can see, it's kind of got like rosy, and then it's got like a tan color, and then it's got gold flakes in it. So, oh my gosh. So just go in, I go in with a fluffy brush, tap the excess, and then I just kind of go. I'm usually pretty light-handed with blushes because, again, I'm pale. So if you notice, my blush is not super like out there or anything. The reason why is because I'm always scared to like look like a clown. And as you can see, this is probably going to get blended out because on camera it probably looks fine. It's probably like, oh, her blush looks nice. But in real life, to me, I feel like it's too pink. So I'm going to blend it out. I feel like the 80s people, when they had like the straight clown makeup, and then like, or I guess maybe it's 90s too, and then they got like the just straight blue and nothing else. It's like, I don't want to look like that. But I have a problem. My GoCover Powder. This is what it looks like, and it opens up also. Again, I keep saying this in a couple other videos. I don't know the shade of this. It was the lightest one they had. It's in Korean, so I can't tell you. I guess technically I could Google Translate it. Oh, also, if you notice, I'm not baking. It always looks real cakey on me. So I just eventually just kind of gave up on it. It's beautiful, though, for people who can do it. I think it works awesome. Maybe I'm just not using the right products. There is something I'm looking at called RCMA, No Color Powder. I've heard really good reviews on it, so I'm thinking about trying it and seeing how that works. But again, you see, I'm just going over the entire face, including the blush, and kind of blending it out just a little bit. The next thing I'm going to go in with is my Milani Baked Bronzer. This is in the shade Glow. If you open it up, very similar to the blush, except it's tan, but it still has the gold flakes in it. If you notice, they all come with brushes on the inside that they all pop open. It even comes with a mirror. But I'm taking a large fan brush, and I'm just going to do a little bit on each side. And then just right under the blush, just kind of go in. I tend to try and keep it up more because I like the kind of like faded look, if that makes sense. I don't like it like too harsh. Again, I'm pale, so I feel like things that are like too harsh on me don't look cute. Same on the top. I'm a little less worried about this because my hairline kind of covers that up a little bit. So if it's not super blended, then it is what it is. It's not that serious. Yeah, I don't like this foundation, or this Milani foundation. I don't like it. I love their blush and their bronzer though. It's probably not for dry skin though. Alright, so now that I have done that, I'm just going to take the same powder brush that I was using and just kind of blend out. I didn't go heavy-handed, so I don't really need to today go out too much. Blend out too much, I mean. Yeah, I don't like this foundation. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I'm going to leave it today because, you know, face is already done. And it's kind of a first impression, so I don't like it. I don't like it though. Next, I'm going to go in with my NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. I'm going to do this off screen. Okay, so now that the eyebrows are done, they look a little bold today. I didn't mean that, but I had to work a lot to get it to simmer down a little bit, but they're not terrible. But this is what I got. I'm going to use a fan brush today, and I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero collab glow kit. I'm going to go in with Glow Getter today, just with the fan brush. I've heard a lot of people say that the other highlights you cannot use on your skin tone. I disagree wholeheartedly. As you can see, these are working perfectly fine, and I'm extremely pale. I think 143 is a tiny bit dark. I try to be very light-handed with the bridge of my nose. I don't want it to be like super blinding there. Cupid's bow. I'm going to take a very, very small fluffy brush. I'm going to dip in Glow Getter again, and this time I'm going to kind of highlight under my brow. I go like right under the arch. I'm going to take my Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Peanut. This is my first time owning any Morphe anything. The palettes and this was all in the same shipment. I really like this color. I really like the smell of these. It's kind of like a very like sweet, like chocolatey scent almost. It's very nice. It's not, to me, it smells don't, I'm not sensitive to smells though, but to me they're not overpowering or anything like that. I think they're really nice, so it smells really nice. Kind of reminds me of the Too Faced palette smell, the same kind of chocolatey smell. But and they dry very, very quickly too, which I really like. Going to take my NYX Wonder Pencil. I've also used this to carve out my eyebrows. And I'm just going to go in very lightly on like some of the parts where I kind of messed up on. Take a fluffy brush. I use the same one I use powder with. And just go over just a little bit. And then for good measure, I just take a little bit more and go over kind of where the lighter spots of it is. So it looks like it's just completely carved. See, there's like kind of light right here where I got a little concealer. Now I'm going to take my setting spray. And this is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Set your face. I'm going to try and do a full drugstore face more often because I feel like that's more beneficial, especially for people just starting out. I have a full-time job that allows me to get the makeup. However, I do prefer drugstore or cheaper products because why spend the money when you don't have it or you don't want to? Like, you can get the things that are high end for a better price. Why do it? But if I have a drugstore or if I have a high-end product that I like, I'm going to use it. But I do plan to try and make this channel more drugstore friendly. I feel like watching the more well-known YouTubers or the more well-known beauty bloggers, vloggers, things like that, they do use more high-end. Also, considering what they do, they probably have more money to do that, and they also get PR packages, which is these high-end places. Not all high-end, but a lot of people will send them these packages, which is awesome. I think that's great. Like, I'm not, knocking anybody for that at all. I hope to maybe get that way one day. Who doesn't want free makeup? They also get this stuff sent to them. So, although they do buy their own high-end makeup, they definitely do, but they do get a lot of it sent to them. So don't go broke trying to do what they do because you can do it for the price that's good for you. I do plan to try and make this, again, a more drugstore friendly channel. So there's ways to get around it if you want like a nice highlighter or, wait for a good price. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, so this is the final look. I appreciate you guys watching to the very end. If you haven't, please like, subscribe, share. Also, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Show bras and everything now. But I just want like a red. Damn it. When on the eyeball, you hear that country accent come out? It's just so pink. Like, I don't want pink. It's not what I wanted. You gotta learn how to talk when you leave your hometown. Oh, I got that all over my eyeball. I want to do lashes today. I'm gonna go real extra today. Oh, shit. Yeah, I feel like and I blinked. I look real angry. I haven't done my bottom lashes yet. Blah, 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 blah. Work with me. That was probably insensitive. My fault. That's disrespectful. Alright. Zoe! Alright. I am hungry. I need to hurry this up. I am kind of picky, so I want that. Bam.